For Juan David and Jorge Luis Ochoa, the deal worked perfectly. They were free, retired to their ranches, their fortunes mostly untouched. But Fabio, the youngest, couldn't stop. He allegedly returned to his old ways, dipping his toes back into the new flow of cocaine. The quiet life on the ranch was a gilded cage for a man who had once been the strategic mind behind a billion-dollar enterprise. While his brothers, Jorge Luis and Juan David, genuinely embraced retirement and the safety of their deal, Fabio felt restless. The market, far from collapsing after Escobar's death, had simply reorganized. New, leaner organizations, often referred to as baby cartels, were emerging, eager for the institutional knowledge that only an Ochoa possessed. The lure of easy, clean profit, coupled with the profound arrogance that comes from beating the U.S. government once, proved too strong. He saw himself not as a trafficker, but as a silent, untouchable consultant, a maestro lending his expertise to the next generation of smugglers. The new flow of drugs, often routed through Mexico and aimed straight at American cities, offered a perfect, low-profile entry point. This calculated risk, based on the assumption that his 1991 pardon made him bulletproof, became the crack in the legal armor the DEA had spent nearly a decade trying to find. This gave the DEA the precise legal loophole they needed. The 1991 deal guaranteed immunity for all crimes committed before 1991. Any new activity was fair game. In 1999, the DEA launched Operation Millennium, a massive indictment targeting a new global smuggling network. Fabio Ochoa's name was on the list. The U.S. prosecutors argued that Fabio wasn't a retired cartel boss. He was an active consultant, leveraging his old networks for a cut of the new business. They had evidence of wiretapped conversations. This was the new crime the U.S. needed. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure emerged in Fabio's defense. A DEA informant named Baruch Vega. Vega ran a bizarre, unofficial program called the Rehabilitation Program of Narcotics Traffickers. Ochoa later alleged that his own lawyer, in collusion with another defendant, tried to convince him to pay a $30 million bribe or kickback to get a phantom cooperation deal with the U.S. Ochoa refused the bribe and refused to cooperate with the U.S. on principle. He held on to the core belief of his initial deal. He was innocent of this new crime, and he would not be extradited. He printed pamphlets that read, "Soy inocente," I am innocent. This was a fatal mistake.